Hello all and welcome to the Ero Ps F2 race, round 10 at the Belgian Grand Prix. We have some reserves joining us today, so I'll just go through them now quickly. We have Ennis, who is in PSF3, is joining us today. He will be in the Aston Martin. We have Cubon, who's coming to us from F4, who's making the big jump to F2, reserving in the Williams. And Susie as well, Theo Smith, who was in PSF3 earlier today, and now gets a chance at PSF2, as I think we've just got the green light to go. So I will quickly check the standings now for you all. As you may know, I did commentate last week here at Baku, so hopefully a bit more finishes and the same sort of action. So Brendan Gashi in the Red Bull, or Bashi G, is leading the standings by 48 points to his Red Bull teammate Jericho Balgos. Third place we have Panos, or Pangri, in the Alfa Romeo. Next we have Ville, who I don't believe is racing today. He is not. Then we have Folly, or Federico, who is also not racing. And then we have Super Thomas, Mats Huisman, Bo van der Berg, who has a qualifying ban for today due to his antics last race. Kai Zakuba, Connor Ryan rounds out the top 10. As we are just waiting to go into quali now to see if there's any sort of rain for today, like there was last time. So yeah, Jericho took the win last time out, but only due to penalties, because Lars van der Linden, or VAR Lars, took the incorrect pit lane entry and got 5 seconds for it. So he only got third in the end, so the Red Bull took another 1-2. Some would say they'd be surprised, but seeing how their season's going, that's not really true. As we've got 10 people now readied up, so the lobby is starting. As we are waiting for one more, but he said he will join during quali. So hopefully he can get in before the race so he can participate for the race. Here he is now, Kaipi. Sorry, forgot to mention. As I think also Ferry Wagner. Let me quickly double check. Yes, Ferry Wagner also has a qualifying ban for today's race, but I don't know if he's in. Yes, he is. So both Ferry and Bo will be forced to start at the back of the grid because of their antics last race at Baku. As it is a bit of a cloudy qualifying session to start off here, it's to see if there's going to be any rain. So we're just waiting for the first few cars to come out of their pit box. I think the first cars are coming out now. Will be the Alfa Romeo of Panos. It's an Alfa Romeo of some sort. I think it is Lars. VER Lars. So we will take us round the lap of the Spa-Francorchamps circuit in the Ardennes, I think. As apparently there is rain for the race. So could there be a wet setup on for these cars? We don't know. Yes, as he's coming through no name corner up to P1, as we have already 5 people joining us. That's good. Let's keep them coming. As more cars are starting to come out of the pits now, so we'll just wait. We will stay on board with Lars unless he invalidates. Then we'll go to the Alpha Tauri of Vespa to watch us do the lap of Spa. As he's heading through Blanchimont. Going through Blanchimont and the bus stop chicane. Ready to start his lap. Taking a fairly wide line to get on the power early. As he does so, heading down into La Source, braking at the 100-meter board, down into second, deciding not to short chip up, as he is now, heading through Radion and Eau Rouge. We're now taking it nice and tediously. He could cut more of the entry apex, but decides not to. It is his first lap, he does want to not invalidate it. Heading onto the Kemmel Straight now and up to Le Com, as it's a 30 flat split, down into 4th, taking a look at, loses the car momentarily there, through Le Com, now up to Bruxelles, down into 3rd, deciding not to short chip up to 4th, now through No Name, taking it into 4th and shorting back up to 5th, he may encounter some traffic. So you into P1, down into 7th, back up on the is not running wide, as it is so easy to do around P1. Now into Campus, down into 4th, taking a lot of curb on the entry. A lot of curb on entry on both and exit. Then into Stavelon, setting a 14.9 split. Then through Corbeil. Now down towards the flat house section of Blanchimont. Spotting his braking point as he sees the Williams car ahead. Spotting his braking point for the bus stop chicane at just before the 100. Down into second. Keeping it in second. Coming across the line. What time will it be? It will be a 43.2. Next, I think, will be the Alpha Tauri of Vespa. It is. He's gone 3/10 slower in the split. Can he find that time back in the through Blanchimont and the bus stop chicane? Let's see. Spotting his braking point. Where does he brake? Right on the 100-meter board. Down into 3rd. Going a bit wide on the A tree. Taking all the curb on the exit though. Let's see. What time will it be? It will be a 43.7. It will go provisionally P2. Next will be Zerkis to starting his lap. Next I think will be, yes it will be, the championship leader of Bashi. Can he go onto provisional pole here? Going through bus stop chicane, just up the 100-meter board, down into 3rd. Keeping it in 3rd. Let's see, what time will it be? It will be a 1:42.8. It will go provisionally pole position. Next I think will be Ennis. Yes it will, the F3 driver. Let's see, it goes P4 with a 44 flat, 44.1. Next will be the Alpina Suzy, goes 43.7, he goes into P4. Next will be for Ferrari of Camille. He'll go 43.8, he'll go P5. Next will be Astros. Going through the bus stop chicane. So I'll get rid of that UI. Takes a bit of curb on the entry of both parts. Let's see. Whether we're put him, he'll go P7 with a 44.2. Next will be Captain Emre, another F3 reserve. He goes P8 with a 45.5. Next will be Libanow, who does a 44 flat. Next will be Jericho. Can he pip his teammate for provisional pole? No, he can't. He's invalidated. What about Panos? He's also invalidated. What about Cubon, the Williams? He has set a lap time, but he's made a mistake somewhere. Yes, he has, and he's pulled into the pits. Next will be... I think it'll be the Alpha Tauri of Vespa, but I think he may be going into the pit lane. He is. He's 2 seconds down. And so will Zerky. He's made a mistake somewhere. He's going to back out of this lap. Is there anyone else on a lap? I don't think so. So the next car would be Snoken, the F2 reserve. I'm going through Pawn now. We have to wait quite a bit before he starts this lap, as some cars are starting to head out now. Yeah, as Bashi has run out of fuel. Using the lowest fuel the F1 game gives us, which is 5 kilograms, which is just about 1 lap. As now Snoken is going just on the exit of Stavelon, going up to Blanchimont now. Right, let's see now, Snoken deciding not to take the same sort of line that Lars did. Let's see now, starting his lap, going into La Source, braking at the 100-meter board, down into second, deciding not to short shift up to third. Now putting down the power towards Radalon and Eau Rouge, taking a lot of curb on the entry of Radalon. Now onto the Kemel straight. It did look a bit tidy. Let's see, what sort of split is this? This sector 1 is the sector 1 split. The fastest driver uses the lowest sort of downforce. Let's see, it's a 30.7. So let's see, going through Les Combes now, keeping it nice and tidy in 4th, shorting it up to 5th. Now going to Bruxelles, down into 3rd, keeping the car in 3rd. Going to No Name, into 5th, keeping it in 5th. Now let's see, into Pouon, short shifting into 7th, getting on the power nice and early, letting the car run out, taking a lot of curb there as well. That could cause the car to auto spin. Let's see, just before the 50-meter board, into 4th, then up to 5th. Now into Stavelon, taking a low curb and entry, all missing the apex quite a bit. It's a 15.9 split. I think though he would want to find some time in this, as the Williams is getting out of his way. As I also see Zerky and Kaipi starting their lap time, so we'll cut onto them as soon as this lap's over. Snoken, where will this lap time put in? I'm sorry, Zerky does a 45.2. That was his end of his lap. Snoken, let's see, keeping a car in 2nd. Get on the power early. What time will this be? It's a 44.8. He'll go P9. As now we'll go to Kaipi. Let's see, what split will it be? It will be a 30 flat. Going into 5th for Les Combes, taking a bit of apex for both. Now on the exit, keeping it in 5th, letting the car run out wide. Down into Bruxelles. Down into 3rd, keeping it in 3rd, not short shipping the car up to 4th. And into No Name. Down into 4th, short shift back up to 5th. Oh, and he spins! Will this be his front wheel gone? No, but that will be front wing damage. As Vespa and Vars are starting their last time. Vars is slightly up, apparently it's purple. Taking a lot of curb in Les Combes. You see all the car getting a bit of twitchy on the apex. I think he has found some time though, compared to his first run through Les Combes. Keeping the car in 3rd through Bruxelles. Now into No Name. Oh, a bit squirrely on the apex. That will lose him some time. Into 5th. See, now going into Pouon. Down into 7th. I think Bashi's also on a lap though. Yes, he is. We'll quickly come to Bashi. Is he on a lap? No, he's not. Never mind. We'll go back to Vars. As also I do see the Ferrari. Oh, Vars. Oh, you have to cut the corner there. He lost the back end a bit. As he's lost the car fully now. And it's very Wagnar's returning the pits to serve his quali ban. So I think next car will be Jericho. Yes, it will be Jericho. He has not set a lap time yet. Can he challenge Bashy's 42.8? Going across the line. No, he won't. It will be a 44.4. I'll put him P9. Next will be the Hash driver of Astros. He's starting his lap. Libanow is also starting his lap. Next will be Kaipi, who is finishing his lap. Who backed out of his lap. Yeah, due to that spin, so he's carrying on again. Apparently he did not have damage. Next will be Panos, who's at a 44.2. They'll put him P8. Next will be Cubon. Let's see where this lap time will put him. He'll go P11 with a 44.7. Next will be Ennis. Yes, it is Ennis. I don't know if he's up or not. Let's see, he's just starting his lap actually. Next will be T-Brand, who is on his out lap. Next will be Captain Emre, who is on his out lap again. So Bashy, coming towards the end of his lap, he has made a mistake somewhere, because he's 4.7 seconds down. Let's see, there's been a crash. Libanow's out. Libanow crashed on the exit of Lecom. It must have hit that wall on the left hand side. As we're going through Cubon, yes he has. Is now the driver of Astros, who is on a lap, but he's invalidated. Next will be Camille, who's made a mistake and spun. Next will be Kaipi, but he's invalidated. Jericho, who's also invalidated. What about Lars, who's in the pits? So it'll be Panos, but I think he's coming towards the end of his lap, maybe? I don't know, let's see. Yeah, he's run out of fuel, he has. Cubon, who's also not on a lap. Next will be Ennis, who's a 10th up. He's a 10th up. Let's see. A 10th up, we're only putting P6, so he needs to find more time if he wants to pit the two Ferraris and maybe the Alpine of Suzy or Suzel. Let's see. Going through. He's 2 tenths up. This would put him a 43.9 or a high 8, which wouldn't be enough to beat Camo. Let's see, going into the bus stop chicane. He needs to find more time here if he wants to get into the top 5. Getting a little bit of a slipstream from the Alfa Romeo. Down into 4th, keeping it in 4th, missing the apex a bit. Wanting to go on the power early, he does. Opens the DRS, what time will it be? It'll be a 44 flat. He's lost time at that bus stop. It's only P7 though. Next will be Zerki, who's starting his lap. And Captain Emre, who's a 10th down. Let's see. He's down a 10th, but it's only P14 for him. Next will be Zerki. As I'll quickly see if Vespa is on an out lap. What about Nestek? He took some time off, but let's see where can this put him. P8 with a 44.1. Next we'll go to, I think it was Captain Emre. Captain Emre or T-Brand. T-Brand is a 10th down. What about Captain Emre? He's letting cars go. He's letting Zerki go. Let's see. Is Zerki up? He is. He's slightly up. Into 4th in Lecom. Keeping it in 4th gear. So using all the cover in the exit onto Bruxelles now. As Vespa is also starting his lap. Let's see, let's go on to Vespa. Let's see where he is. He's at the start of his lap, so we'll go back down to Zerki. There he is. So he's invalidated through pool one. He's invalidated through pool one. Let's go. Let's go to Vespa now. He will get a bit of a slipstream from Lars though, who's weaving ahead of him. He needs to get out of the way before the entry. Let's see. Ooh, that's bad. That will cost Vespa. He's only a 10th down. Ooh, that may have cost Lars. That may have cost Vespa there some time. Lars could have gotten out of the way earlier, but deciding not to. Let's see. Jericho is also on a lap. Nestek's not on a lap. Next will be Captain Emre, but I think he's going into the pit lane. He is. And so there's only 3 minutes left of quali. This will be people's final laps. As everyone is getting out of the way, I think. Yeah, Vespa was a 10th down. Yeah, I don't think he's using any ERS. Let's see. He isn't, he's backed out. Going through Stavelot. So this will be his final lap, but the Alfa Romeo and Red Bull of Lars and Jericho, who is on a lap, I think. Let's see. No, he's not. But they have to back off from each other. And they have to back off. Jericho has to back off, and he does. He does back off. Lars starting his lap. He needs to find 4 tenths on this lap to have a chance of pole. Let's see. Going through into La Source. Breaking up the 100-meter board down into second. Ooh, going a bit wide there. Let's see, is he still up though? As we also have Jericho behind. He needs to find a substantial amount of time to even be in the top 10. To be in the top 5 even. He needs to find about 5 tenths. No, 7 tenths even, as Lars going onto the Kemmel straight. He's slightly up. Using a lot of curb in Lecomte. Does not want to happen what he did before. See, into 5th. Now into Bruxelles. We don't know if Jericho is up because I forgot to look because we're keeping on Lars. Now then, going through No Name. Going into 4th. Keeping, now going back up to 5th. Oh, losing the car a bit again. He's lost the car on exit again. There are drivers who do that when they go down into 4th and chucked up to 5th. See, going through as there is lap traffic ahead of an Alpine, Bashi and Vespa maybe. Let's see. Will this Alpine get out of the way for him? He does. Now then, going through Stavelot. Into 3rd. That must have been a mistake, but he's 3 times up and he's invalidated. Oh, that's massive. Now then, we'll go to Jericho. He's a 10th up. That's qualifying over for Lars, surely, as he's getting a bit of a slipstream from Bashi. And he will get a bit of a slipstream from the Alpine as well. The question is, will the Alpine get out of his way for the bus stop? No, he won't. Braking at the 100. Down into 4th, taking a little curb on the entry. And exit as well. Let's see. Has he found any more time? No, he hasn't. He's 1,000 down. It'll be best P11. We'll go to Bashi now. He is starting his lap. He will get a slipstream on the Kemmel straight by courtesy of his teammate Jericho. As Cubon is now, he's retired in the pit lane. He can't do anything better. Let's see, is that Ennis across the line? No, he's starting his lap. People are starting their lap time. I think Bashi will be the first. We will keep on the championship leader, who is currently on pole position. Qualifying is over. So, let's see, as there is a Williams. I mean, Cubon might have been retired on track, actually. As Bashi is getting a bit of a slipstream. It's a 29.5 middle split. He's a 10th up. Keeping it in 5th through Lecomte. Now then, down into Bruxelles. As Camel goes ahead of Susie. Just about. Only by 18,000. Bashi now then. Through No Name. Keeping it in 5th. Doesn't lose the back end. This could be a sub 4. It could be a sub 5. 42.5. If he can find more time, which I believe there is. As Panos now goes P6. And now the Haas goes into the pit lane. The Haas of Ashros goes into the pit lane. He can't do any better. Now then, into 5th for Bashi. Has he found any more time? He has. He's found 3 and just under 4 tenths. Can you find a little bit more? It will be better than a sub 0.5. It will be a 0.4 maybe. If Bashi can find that little bit extra time. Let's see. Going through Blanchemont, keeping it flat out, spotting his braking point to the bus stop. Just at the 100, down into 3rd, clipping the apexes. Does not take that exit apex curb. Let's see. It will be a 42.3. 5 tenths. Is Lars on a lap time? No, he's not. Next will be Ennis, who can't do any better. Snowken now. Let's see, can he get into the top 10? He needs to find 6 tenths. Has he found that sort of lap time? Let's see. He has. He's top 10. Next will be the 2 Mercedes cars. First, Zerki, P13. Kaipi hasn't finished. Cannot do any better. As I think that is qualifying over. As Lars retires on track, I think. Qualifying over for PSF2. It'll be Bashi securing another pole position and an extra point as well. As remember, we do have rain for the race. There is rain for this race. So I'm wondering if Bashi, if any of the top like 5 even, have put on a wet setup, as it's Bashi, Lars, Susie managed to pipping Camel in the end with 43.3. That's very good from the F3 driver. Theo Smith P3, Vespa P4, Camel P5, P6 Panos, Adam Hertos P7, Enes P8, Nestek P9 or Michał Fischer, Otto P10, Connor P11, Jericho P12. That's not good for his title. Zerki P13, Cubon P14, Emre Demir P15, Thomas P16, Kaipi P17, and Bo and Ferry rounding out P18 and 19 due to their qualifying bans. My voice is already gone. As to get confirmation, Bashi is using his dry setup, so he would lose a bit of time there. Yes, as it is confirmation that it is a wet race. Is it full wets or inters? It could be. Oh, I don't know. It's tough. I think it'll be wet though. As the countdown clock has started. So I think because Jericho is down, I think he's using his wet setup, which could indicate the pole qualifying as 3, 2, 1, 0. So no one has any more time to change their setups or tyre pressures. As it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And lights out and away we go for the Belgian Grand Prix. Bashi and Lars get a good start, but so does Susie. So the Q1 behind, down into turn 1. Who takes... It's been Bashi from Lars, from Vespa and Susie going side by side. Panos up there jumping people up to P4. As there's a bit of contact from back, so it's a poor camera angle. And this is gone. Losing the car a bit. Living up to P6. As the top 3 stay the same. Camel getting up there, but he's battling Panos. He's battling Susie. Here comes Panos now, trying to go around the outside. No, conceding the place. Thinks better of it. As Snoken and Astros going side by side. Snoken gets a 5-place grid penalty for cutting and trying to give the place back, but he doesn't. Panos losing the position to Camel. Let's see now. As the gap is already a second between Lars. Oh, never mind. It was a second, but it's 1.5 now between Lars. Panos retaking the position now for P4. This is crucial for his title one. Jericho's already P7. As I was Jericho is definitely using a wet up. He seems to have much more grip than everyone. As Panos now going right down the inside of Theo just before P1. As Camel getting a bit squiggly on the apex. As Jericho is all over the back of Libby now. Can he go down the inside? Yes, he can. Oh, that was a bit of decent lag there from my part. Looked like a bit of contact, but didn't. As Joker goes round the outside of Libby now. That's a fantastic move from the Red Bull driver. One that he needed to make. Let's see now, there's 32 concurrent viewers. As now he's 2 tenths. He's trying to look for the move round the outside of Blanchimont. As there's a yellow flag for Astros now spinning. Let's see, can he get the move done? No, he can't. Can anyone else make the move done? Living out also lost the position to Nestek. So let's see, any dive bombs on lap 1? Yes, there is! Jericho going down the inside in the bus stop. Camel will now have the inside of this, but can he run him out of road? Yes, he does. There's still a little room there. As Jericho has to concede the position. So it's Bashi from Lars, from Panos, from Susie, from Camel, from Jericho, from Nestek. As Nestek living out. Jericho, sorry. Trying to get round the outside in turn 1, getting on the grass a bit. Will this allow Nestek to make the move? No, he doesn't. As Bo's up to P13 now. P12 now, sorry. Jericho now. How many positions has this man gained? He has gained 6 already. So is Bo as well. As now there are some cars having to pit in due to damage. As I'll go back to interview now. As Zerki on the back of Lipper now. Deciding not to go for the move. Does he have... Could the contact allow Jericho to have damage? Quite possibly. But the gap's 1.6 now between Bashi and Lars. Bashi maybe using a bit more downforce, using a bit more wings. As Red Bull does give you wings, so that could be why. As there's certainly the reason for Jericho. Seems to have a lot more grip than everyone else, as I will put the telemetry up. Let's see, will he look for the move in Puon? Maybe. No, he doesn't, as Cubon overtakes Captain Emre for P13. We'll go back onto Jericho. Can he overtake the same place where he did to Camel's team at Libin? As Astros already gets a 3-second time penalty. Jericho's looking down the inside. He'll have it outside for this bit, but does not have the room. Sorry, as my voice is starting to go. As now Panos is 1.1 already behind Lars. Let's see, going through. Stavelot. Oh, Susie loses the car a bit. That will definitely be damage for the Alpine driver. All the hard work Susie has done, as he's also taken Libinau with him. He's either taking Libinau with him or Libinau's crashed to the same point. As now we'll go back to the top. Go back to the front. Will Jericho trying a dive bomb again? No, he won't. As now Bashi. As now Panos goes almost 3 times quicker than Bashi. Panos has the pace. So does Jericho, but he's getting held up by Camel, who's nearly 5 seconds behind. As Ennis makes the move on Captain Emre, who's pitting for damage. It's non-stop action here in PSF5. Jericho now, he needs to run through Radulon No Rouge to maybe make the move in Camel straight. Let's see, keeping it in 7th. Ooh, I thought he was going to lose the car there. I thought the car was going to lose it on him. But he doesn't, but that does allow Camel to make the gap on him. Any other moves behind? No, it's all starting to calm down here. As I'm sorry, Zerky moving up 6 positions. Bo moving up 9 now. As Ferry Wagner moving up 5. Jericho moving up 7. As I'll change up to the tyres now to see what tyres everyone's on. Everyone is on the full wet compound tyres. As confirmation as Lars is now starting to catch up to Bashi. As now it's 1/10 between Camel and Jericho. Jericho needs to make the move now. I think he will. He is going to go down the inside. This is where he made the move on Libinau. Camel covering off, leaving the outside. He will go for it, Jericho. He will have the inside for the next bit. Can he make the move stick? Camel needs to give room here, which he does. Now Jericho needs to give room to the outside, which he does. Camel will now have the inside line for Stavelot. Can he make the move? There's a bit of contact. Oh, Camel getting a bit of oversteer and having to go wide. I don't think that is Camel's fault. Jericho's fault. As Nesta goes round the outside, trying to make the move step, doesn't work. But here comes Zerky. Zerky making 2 positions in 1 corner. Oh, and you see his POV as Camel's not gonna let it go down. Now in the bus stop. Now Nestex is gonna go side by side with Camel. Camel losing 2 positions in 1 sector. No, he's not. He's going down the inside again. Nestex will have the inside for this next bit. As he will, Camel, making a bit of touch on the exit. Will this allow Snoken? Snoken's lost it. Snoken lost the exit. This allow Bo to get up there. There's now 7 seconds, 6/10 and 5 seconds. It's a second separating the top 3. 7.3 seconds separating 3rd and 4th. Oh my god. There's now 2.7 seconds separating Zerky and Jericho. As now Bo losing the position to Snoken again. He may get the run in him through on the Camel Street. He hasn't used none of his battery. Everyone's talking as Vespa's gone. Vespa had such a good qualifying and he's lost it. It'll put him down to P12. So we'll go back to this battle here. We'll go back to the front battle. Lars, VER Lars, part of Virtual Esport Racing. 4 attempts behind Bashi. It's a yellow flag for Bo. Bo's lost it. Is that damage? Yes, it is. Needs to be careful here on his rejoin, which I think he is. Yes, I think he's fine on the rejoin. Losing all of his hard work, losing 5 positions. It's now his 4 attempts. Now because it's the wet, we're in the wet, they don't have to make a mandatory pit stop. So if they can make their tyres go to the end, they can. They don't need to, as Lars almost hitting the wall. This will allow Panos to make the move. Yes, he does. As now the gap is now 7 tenths between Panos and Bashi, the 2 championship protagonists. Panos, the Ero Ps F2 champion from last season, taking the fight to Bashi. Who is it? Who is the rookie? This is his first season in the RO. As Jericho now finding 7 tenths now out of these guys. As Lever now making the move stick on Vespa. It's now 4 tenths now between Nestek and Otto, or Mihao for P7. This is Nestek's first race back after a very long time due to injury. As now Lars is starting to be pulled away by these two. As there's a bit of a train now for P6 between Campbell, Mihao and Otto. As now Vespa goes into the pits for damage. Remember to please like and subscribe for this sort of action. As there is no safety car yet, we are 5 laps in. Seems like Nestek is falling away, so if Otto wants to keep up with Camel, he will need to make the overtake soon. As now it's still 6 tenths between Bashi and Panos. Lars now keeping the gap as it is. Jericho now on the wet setup has only found 2 tenths so far. Sees there any other battles? There's a battle for P12 between Ferry and Bo, the 2 drivers who did have to serve a qualifying ban. There's now Ennis making up for that bit of a momentum loss, or loss of traction even is a better word to put it, on lap 1 back up to P10. It's now Snowken almost making the move done on Nestek. Sorry for missing that. Let's see here, P7 now. It's the battle for P7. It's now 4 tenths and 5 tenths now. So Bashi is definitely losing a lower downforce, but it's costing him in the second sector and in the bus stop. Could Panos go for the move now? Could he send it in La Source? He's got the gap as Ferry, as Libber now spinning it out. Would that be a safety car? Yes it is, it's the full course safety car. And now give me 1 second please. Libber now losing it in Blanchimont. And now they all have to go to a delta, as Zerky has to as well. I think they were closely losing the delta, which will allow them to recharge the ERS, but more importantly, as T-Bram, hang on, I need to get the penalties. Penalties. T-Bram and Vespa getting a drive-through penalty. Snowken getting a 5-second time penalty. Oh yeah, for those lap 1 incidents. So we'll go to interval. As now this, as I'll go back to my last sentence. Jericho now, this will close the gap up, and because he is on, because on a wet setup, this will, Bashi will probably back up the 2 Alfa Romeo to allow Jericho to make the moves done. Now give me 1 second. As we are back, as we're waiting for the leaders and everyone else to back behind the safety car. So I will take this time to please like and subscribe for more European racing content, European Racing Organisation content, the true home of F1 League Racing. And if you are just joining in now, please use the rewind button that you have on YouTube to go back and watch quali and the first 6 laps of this and hear the process of me losing my voice. And the question is, does Snowken pit to get rid of his 5-second time penalty, or does he think he's able to be removed? The question is, do the leaders pit? Bashi pits. So does, the Alfa Romeo will have to stack. Now this is all in Jericho's hands. Does he pit as well? I don't know the tyre wear, so the tyre wear could be bad here. That's now Jericho pitting as well. I think he's further back behind, so he won't get held up as much as Lars will. It's now Bashi coming out of the pit lane now. Lars coming in. Oh yes, they all get held up. Ooh, he has to wait as well. Hang on, does Jericho get ahead? Jericho will definitely get ahead of Lars, I think. No, he won't. As everyone else behind him is starting to pit. So they're all deciding to pit for new wets. So I think it'll be wet for the duration. Oh wait, it's enters for Camille. Camille's gone into the intermediates. He's taking a chance here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm completely stupid. Everyone's going on to inters. So apparently it is intermediates. Snowcombe will lose time here. And this will cause Ennis to be held up very slightly. As Captain Emery doesn't pit. Captain Emery does not pit. He will fall behind Snowcombe. But Captain Emery on the wet compound tyres. Everyone else apart from Bo, who is on the wet compound tyres, that could be a mistake. As I will check the warnings for my own pleasure to see who's close to a penalty. It could be it's P1 is the easiest place to get a warning if you just extend it by a little bit. The game is harsh on that. As Bashi Panos getting 0 warnings, Lars on 1 warning, Jericho on 1 warning as well, Nestek on 0, Zerky on 0, Camille on 0, Snowcombe getting a penalty and a warning. These warnings could be for for contacts. Let's see. So Snowcombe, Astros, Cubon, Lars, Cubon again, Astros again, Libanau, Emre, Ferry. As you can see, all these drivers getting exceeding track limit penalty warnings. And now these two get a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. So there are drivers now who have to tippy-toe now through the circuit if they don't want to get a penalty. So I'll quickly find out, when did the safety car come out? The safety car came out lap 6. So end of lap 8 I reckon the safety car will come in. So for the 24 people that are watching, who do you think is going to win this race? Will it be the championship leader Bashi? Will it be Jericho on the wet setup? Or will it be an outsider like Nestek who can able to keep up with the top 4 and maybe get a surprise victory if people collide? Please put the name who you think down in the comments below. As for now we have 31 people. As Bo pits again. This is surely for intermediates. He has to be careful not to get a speeding penalty, and I don't think he does. Yes, he will be pitting for intermediate tyres. They will be fresher intermediates, so that could become dividends in the race. As tomorrow we have the F1, PC and PSF1 at 4 PM and 6 PM UK time respectively around this track. As now we are just racing for T-Bran to catch up at the back, who's staying on Captain Emery and T-Bran and taking a gamble here and staying on the full wet compound tyres. As the safety car, as Bert Mylander is taking them through. He's going up to Stavelot. As safety car is in this lap, so it is up to Bashi So when he wants to lead the pack, I think he will be in the call with Jericho, as he usually is, and with his engineers, so they will be telling him when to go, or just laughing at him, as per what I've heard in the interview rooms. So, when does Bashi go? Does he catch out the Alfa Romeo drivers? Can Captain Emery make up the moves? But looking at the track, I think it is intermediate conditions, so it could just be going downwards for him. As Bert Marlander is going through the bus stop chicane and into the pit lane now. Bashi's starting to go now. I think he's gone. Yes, this is him going. So we'll get into the interview now. Oh, someone spun. Zerki's out. He spun during the safety car period and he's out of the race. That is heartbreak for him. He was running up to P5 at one point. Is now Jericho 3/10 behind Lars. Will he go for the move? Oh, he's lost the back end there a bit. As Bashi and Panos were going side by side there momentarily. Let's see. Captain Emery going side by side with Snowken. Can he make the move done? Yes, he can. Further in the background, everyone's staying staying in single file. As Captain Emery making up the moves on his warm wet tongue-pan tyres, it seems. As Steve Brown does go into the pits. As Kaipi's also losing position, so it's trouble. But here comes Panos now. Can he make the move on Bashi? No, he can't. Bashi's still warming up his tyres. He's now a gap 3 seconds between P4 and P5. Jericho losing a bit of time on the Kemmel straight due to the higher wing. So as Panos skating with great exit of Lecom here. Could he go for the move to Bruxelles? Bashi's defending the inside. Panos going round the outside of Bruxelles. Can he get the inside line for no name? Let's see. Will he get given the room? Yes, he does. He's still there. Bashi is still there. Let's see, a bit of contact made. Now into Pullman. They're going to go side by side into wet Puon. Let's see, can they keep the move stick? Yes, he can, Panos. Now gonna go, Panos now has to move Kambashi, as Jericho now gonna go round the outside of Lars now. Let's see, can he make the move as Bashi's now losing a bit of time as Jericho makes the move done. One Red Bull gets overtaken, the other one overtakes. Now does Bashi let Jericho go past? But risk Lars getting past him as well. Let's see. What does Bashi do? Bashi lets him go. What about Lars? Lars is too far back, I think, to come. Yes, that's slick move there by the Red Bull. So allow Jericho. But they've lost 1.4 seconds. As now does Lars send it up down the inside of the bus stop chicane, or does he stay behind them? Let's see. As Captain Emery getting up to P6, he's right on the back of Nestek. So it is the crossover point. But the wets are still not out of use. Is now, so this is Jericho Neal has to burn his ERS to try and catch up to Panos. Let's see, it's a side by side now until a source between the AlphaTauri and the Haas driver of Captain Emery and Nestek. Captain Emery was in the Mercedes here last season, winning the constructors with Jericho, and now in the AlphaTauri getting the move done up into P5 as Bo now gets the overtake done on Susie. It's 1:10 between the Williams drivers. Does Cubon let Ferry go? Let's see, he's running in the slipstream. Does he go for the move done further up ahead? Captain Emery doing a defensive move from Nestek going around the outside of Lecom. He'll get the inside put this time, but can't make the move stick. Let's see, Cameron now trying to get the switch back on Nestek maybe, but doesn't. As Cubon down. Oh, there's a bit of contact there between the two Williams drivers. Ferry trying to go down the inside of Cubon through the Bruxelles. He'll have the outside line for no name corner as he goes for the switchback maybe for Puon. It doesn't really work for the driver. It's now Lars. As it's now 1-2 seconds between Jericho and Panos, and 1.4 between Bashi and Lars. As Captain Emery has spun. He's spun in Paul as 4 cars have gone wide there to try and opposite. Try and get rid of the action. Ferry Ragnar losing out here. Snooker gonna go down the inside of his and does not make the move stick. Let's see. Can Lars maybe psych up and move? For the bus stop chicane, he's using his ERS. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's not gaining enough, I don't think. He will have to be ascend. Down into 7 through Bunchmont. Oh, losing the car, but there's Ferry Ragnar's losing position. He's spun. He's spun completely. Going back up here though, and cannot make the move stick. It's now 3 attempts between Cubon as Panos now says the fastest lap of the race. It's now 1/10 between Q1 and Snowkin. Can Snowkin get the move done into the source? I don't think he can. As Captain Emery gets a 5-second time penalty. That is surely maybe the end of his race. Q1 now 2 tenths behind Camel. Can Q1 make the move done? He is an F4 driver, I must remind you. He's battling with cars 2 divisions up than what he's usually fighting, as Captain Emery and Ferry Wagner pit for damage. It's now 1.6 now between Bashi and Jericho. As Q1 falling back now from Camel, and Camel gaining up to Nestek. It's now Bo going side by side with Astros and making the move stick for P10. It's another good comeback for Bo now. As all he has to do is deal with Ennis. As they're going to go side by side through port maybe. Will Bo make the move? No, it won't. Ennis defends. It's now allows him to further. There's a yellow flag further behind for Ferry Wagner, who spun out, calls out the safety car. The safety car has come out again for the 2nd time today due to a spin from Very. And this will allow T-Brand to pit for a set of inters and will allow Nestek to catch up to the top 4, who were pulled at an 12 second gap. Now do they pit or do they stay out? Bashi, Jericho, Panos, Lars all stay out. What about Nestek and the cars behind? Do they stay out? Or do they just have a gamble and box? As I will be 2 seconds again. We are coming on to lap 12 of the Belgian Grand Prix here in Ero Ps F2. Only 2 DNFs so far of Zerki and Libanow. And a spin from Ferry Wagner causing the 2nd safety car. Bashi, who was on pole, has lost out to 2 positions. Jericho, who started P11 but using a wet setup, goes up to P2. Panos up to P1, and Lars, the rookie, the reserve driver, up to P4, and a rookie in ERO. Next we have Nestek in P5, Camel in P6, Q1 P7. The 2 Aston Martin drivers are Snowkin and Ennis, both reserves in PAP9, scoring good points. Bo in P10, Astros P11, and Susie as Ennis has had a moment. Okay, something's gone on with Ennis. He was P9, but now he's P13. Something's happened. Has he left the session? He's desynced. He's lagged out. So someone will need to invite him ASAP. As we were just waiting for the Alpine and Williams of T-Bran and Ferry. So the safety car, Bert Mylander, will do one more lap of this of this track, just to allow T-Brand and Ferry Wagner to catch up. As Ennis has left the session again, so he's having internet issues. As we are just waiting for Bergmalander to give us the green flag to get us underway again, but we're waiting for T-Brand and Ferry Wagner to catch up to the pack. So we'll cut back to the front quickly. Here we go. Yes, as Race Control has confirmation that a safety car will be in this lap. So the question is, when does Panos go? As Ennis has joined back, he has to get in his car though. He will need to get in his car. Right. When does Panos go? And does it catch out Panos? No, does it catch out Jericho? Sorry, does Panos go and catch up? When does Panos go and does it catch out Jericho? He's gone now anyway. Does it catch out Jericho? Not really. As Lars now he has to wait till the start-finish run. He has to wait till the Red Bull's gone into the back. It's the Baku 2018. Bashi's gone into the back of Jericho. He's missed his braking point. His van must be winged down, so that allows Lars to get ahead. Oh, it's now for Romeo 1-2. Let's see Jericho fighting his way back up the field due to Nestek having an illegal overtake on him. As Noken now goes up to P6, Bo up to P7, fighting with Cubon. Is there any contact? I don't think so. Vespa losing the position. Vespa getting the position, sorry. As Cubon now getting a better drive and will be side by side into Radion and Eau Rouge. Oh god. Cubon backs out. As Bashi now is spun. Disastrous for the Red Bull drivers. They've self-imploded on this lap 13. Onto lap 14. As now Cubon is spun. He's sideways on the Camel straight. As now Jericho is under attack from Snoken. Now Camelhead is already 3 seconds behind the Alfa Romeo drivers. It's a Ferrari power unit 1-2-3 at the minute. As now, is there any damage for Bashi? Looking at that front wing, I don't think there is. I think he got away scot-free. Jericho gonna try and go round the outside. He will have the inside of this next bit. He will. And he'll make the move down to Stavelot. Can Snoken make the move now with Stavelot? Go. Ooh, he fakes the move down to the inside but doesn't. As it's now 4 seconds. As Camel is definitely using a dry setup. I don't know about Snoken though. Now Snoken, he's going to look for the move in Blanchiment. He's going to go round the outside maybe. No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it and sort of backs out. Out through the second part of Blanchiment, he's got a great exit. He's going to go down the inside through the Stadium's bus stop chicane. There's a yellow flag for someone. As Snowcone gets the move done. As now Camel loses the drive and Bashi and Bo both overtake him. Well, Bo gonna go down the inside, go around the outside of the source. Camel looking up the both fronts. He needs to give space now, he does. And Bo will have better traction and he will go round the outside. Bo making up. And so, oh, Bashi gets a 3-second time penalty. Following Snowcone, he gets a 3-second time penalty. That is massive. If he wants to keep P4 even. Let's see, it's going to go round the outside for Lecom. And Snowcone sort of sees the position. As I'll go to... I want to go to position change. Then here. There we go. Right, now get rid of it. We never on the intermediate combat time. So Snowcone going down the inside of Bashi. For Brooksills, making a better contact. Bashi will have the inside of this next bit, but he does not give a try. Snowcone gets up to P4 now. It's Ferry Wagner's up to P10. Oh, Ferry Wagner losing it. That must be rear wing damage. Will that bring out maybe a virtual safety car? Maybe. I don't think it will. It's 5 seconds the gap between Lars and Jericho, and a further 2 seconds between Jericho and Snowcone. It's now Bo. He's lost the position to Camel somehow in that conversation. Is now maybe looking down the inside of the bus stop chicane. I keep calling it stadium section for some reason. I don't know why. Apologies for that, as I think Snowcone is gaining on Jericho. Bashi locking up the fronts. He's having problems with that bus stop chicane and locking up. He went into the back of Jericho, causing his teammate a half spin. Is now Bo maybe looking to size up a move from the source? No, he's too far back. Bashi maybe looking for the move for Lecom, who's 60% of his ERS. As someone spun. I think it's someone spinning. No, it's just Ferry Wagner going into the pit lane. It's 1/10 the gap. Ferry Wagner retires in the pit lane. He's had enough. He's called it quits. As now Bashi going to go down the inside on the Camel straight. Here comes Bashi, as they say. As he makes the move done. Now he needs to catch up to his teammate. So how is his Lecom exit though? This is what called him last time. And again, Snowcone has a good exit. Will he go down the inside of Brooksills again? No, he doesn't. He thinks better. He does not go for the move. Now that could be end of the battle between Snowcone and Bashi. It's now Astros makes the move on Bo somewhere again. Let's see. Yeah, Bashi's gone wide again. Bashi, I think he has some sort of wing damage and has a 3-second time penalty. So at the minute he'll fall down to P9. So he needs to get a move on. As the gap's now 5.6 between Jericho and Lars. It's now 3/10 the gap. Ooh, Snowcone's gone a bit wide there. Any more wide and he's hit the wall. Now Astros is gaining up to the back. He's gaining up to the back of Camel, but won't make the move. Here, as Panos says, the fastest lap momentarily for a 55.5. Let's see, can Bashi take that off him? Or Jericho even take that off him? Lars takes it off him. What about Bashi? Bashi does not take it off him. It's now 2 attempts between Astros and Bo. Can Bo get a good exit of Eau Rouge and make the move stick as Captain Emre is looking for Nestek? As now, let's see. Yep, Captain Emre getting the move done on Nestek. The further up the field. Does Astros have enough straight on speed to maybe send it down the inside? He's gaining, but he's not getting by enough. As now will be side by side further behind between Nestek and Captain Emre. Nestek making the move stick. As now the gap's 2.4 between Bashi and Jericho. Does Jericho have rear wing damage? Because all of a sudden his pace is gone. Ennis. It's now 2 tenths now between Bo and Astros. As Ennis has left the session again. Nesta gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As Camel goes a bit wide, we'll still allow Astros to make the move in Stavelot. Let's see, can he send it down the inside? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. Bo almost goes into the back of him. Free the shot by Hunger, and Ennis is disqualified. As now, could this be a free wide moment? Astros gaining on Camel, Bo gaining on Astros. Let's see, but I think Bo sort of backs out of it. Astros doesn't. Astros is going to try and make the move down the inside. Panos has the fastest lap. Where does Astros go? He thinks better of it. He's going to try maybe go around the outside. No, he's too far back. Bo's going to go down the inside of him. He's going to have the exit of the bus stop chicane. He'll have the inside of Lesos. He wants to keep it. He's got a better exit. He's using all of his ERS. It's now Astros. Down into Lesos. Bo down the inside of Astros. Can he make the move stick? Yes, he can. Now then. Can Bo get the run? Can Bo get the run on Camel? See, he's down into 7th. No, he can't. He doesn't get the run. But at this moment in time, with Bashi's penalty, it will, if I can find it. Here. Oh my god, Astros! Here comes Astros! Round the outside on the com. As Ennis is too little, too late. I completely did not see that. Bo getting done round the outside. As we have yellow flags here indicating no overtaking. Bo's going to go for it anyway. Down the inside of Brooks Hills. Astros giving him space. Astros will have the inside now for this no-name corner. As someone's gone up ahead. No, it's Ennis. It's Ennis being disqualified. It said he's disqualified, but his AI car's still running. Cheers, game. As Snoker gets another 3-second time penalty. No, he doesn't. It's his first 3-second time penalty. So at the minute, Bashi will be P7 here. At this very moment in time, he needs to gain more time though. Snoken will be P9. As now Lars slowly catching up to Panos. Will there be a bit of team orders here? Does Lars not go for the move because it's his teammate and he needs it for championship points? Or does he go for it anyway? It's just a spinner and Kaipi has spun. This promotes Captain Emery up into P10. Lars taking the fastest lap time so far within the sub 54s. It's now Bo going to go down round the outside maybe of Camel. Camel going into the pit lane. He's going into the pit lane. Could this be late tyre wear? But that's surely Camel's race over. Yes, as Ennis has left the session. There's not much going on here, guys. Camel is going to come out P14 on a set of soft compound tyres. Hang on a minute. Hold the phone. 3 laps remaining. Camel's got on the softs. What do the front two do? Lars is gaining. Lars is gaining. This could be the fact he's losing lower wings and the track starting to dry up. It has stopped raining. With this last 3 laps, does race control allow DRS? As now rain is suddenly picking back up. Lars, ooh, losing the curb there. Let's see, Kaivi gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Further behind there is a bit of sort, and no, it's not. As we're heading out towards, going through Blanchimont, Panos, not having really much to do due to the Red Bulls imploding for the safety car restart. How they've worked their way back up to P3 and P4. Let's see, the front runners decide not to pit. Panos sets the fastest lap. Let's see, now it's 8 seconds now between Lars and Jericho. So Lars picking up the pace here in the Alfa Romeo. He's not gonna let he's not gonna let Panos win that easily. It's now it's 1.1 he's got DRS now. As you can see, it is stopped raining at the Camel Straight as there's a slow camel. Yeah, I think he's saying that it's still too wet, as it's nearly 8/10, or was 8/10, now it's a second between the top two. So in the first and last sector, Lars has the pace, but it's this middle sector, it's the low downforce that Lars is using, is making him lose time compared to Panos. Now the gap is 1.5 between Snoken and Bo. Bo having the pace. He's gained 6/10 on this lap alone. It's now 9 seconds. Something's happened to this Red Bull of Jericho's, because he's had the pace, and now all of a sudden, after that hit, maybe rear wing damage or something, but he's completely lost it. Is now the gap is going to be under a second. Heading on to the penultimate lap of this race. What does Lars do here? Does he wait to the final lap, or does he go for it now? He has less ER. They have the same ERS. Let's see. Yes, he sits at 53.8. That's half a second quicker than what Panos did. Let's see. It's 1.6, 1.5 between Bo as well. At this moment in time, he needs to find another 1.4 seconds to be within the 3 seconds of Bashi. It's Lars gets a 3-second time penalty. That's almost over. That has to be over. Lars has to go for it now. Lars has to go for the move now. If he waits, he won't have enough time. As you can see, he's slightly up. He will finish. Lars will still finish P2 at the worst unless he spins. But now he needs to make the move soon. Time is dwindling for Lars. The end is near, as you say. Panos, he needs to hold on for this last 1.5 laps. And he is securing the win of the Belgian Grand Prix. It's now a second between Bo and Astros. Bo and Snoken, sorry. Snoken having the pace. Gaining 13 positions as T-Brand is losing time as well. It's now Lars! Ooh, Lars having a bit of a moment there as he's catching up to they're catching up to the lap cars of Camel. Camel needs to get out of the way, which he does. That bit of oversteer has cost Lars about 4 attempts, but he's making it back. He's gaining, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough for Ascend, I don't think, on this final lap. Let's see, does he go for it? He does not go for it, but Panos goes very wide, which will allow Lars to go for a switchback. Now then, Lars has to make the move in late source, but he has not got a good exit at all. Let's see. He needs to get a good exit here of late source. He doesn't. Panos gets a better exit. It's now 7 attempts between Bo and Snoken. Let's see, when Bo has to make the move. It's now Lars, 4 attempts. We know he's strong here. Lecom, here comes Panos. Here comes Lars Panos defending the inside. Lars going around the outside. Can he make the mistake? They're going side by side through Lecom. Panos slotting in behind him. He knows there's no rush. He knows he's got a 3-second time penalty. The question is, can Lars get that removed? As now Panos looking for the move, maybe backing out of it, deciding not against it. Bo now. He's looking for the move down into Lecom, but he can't not make it stick. It's now the Williams of Cubon getting out the way. Let's see, it's just last half a lap. Lars needs to gain 2.8 seconds on Panos, which seems very, very unlikely now as we're heading towards Sector 3. Bo, 2 attempts now behind. 2 attempts now behind Snoken. Can he go for it and stab a lot? As it's now 1.3 now. Panos has made a mistake somewhere, but it won't be enough, I don't think. I don't think it will be enough as long as he's had a horrible, horrible bus stop chicane. He needs to find another 1.4 seconds. Let's see. Lars going through bus stop. T-Brand getting a 3-second time penalty. Panos. Let's see. Lars is going to come across the line to win the race on track. But it'll be Panos Nikolaitis to win the Belgian Grand Prix. Further behind though, Jericho Balgos starting P11 will come back up to P3. But he could be wishing of more. Bashi got pole position. Would now P4. But Snowken is going to hold it on track. Does Bo get ahead of Bashi as well? No, he doesn't. Where does Snowken finish? Snowken will finish P6. Susie will finish P8. Captain Emery P9. And Nestek will round out the top 10 in his return race. Oh, pardon me, my voice is gone. As now we are looking at the beautiful R10. So it's Panos Nikolaitis getting the win against Lars van der Linden, Jericho Balgos, Brendan Gashi, Bo van der Berg, Otto, Connor Ryan, Theo Smith, Captain Emre or Emre Demir, and Nestek rounding out the top 10 with Vesper, Kai, Thomas, Cubon and Camille rounding out the finishes with Ennis, Ferry, Zerki and Libinau all DNFing. As I am now setting up a party for the top 3 to have a bit of an interview. You also get Lars in as well if he has time to join. They are busy men. As we hear from our P3 man Jericho Balgos, who did not have the best qualifying session to say the very least. Talk to me through that.
Race. It did go in my favour, but I think
Hello.
race pace was definitely there. It struggled toward the end, but I think that first safety car did save me to get back to the back of the top 3 there. But yeah, it was kind of heartbreaking on the second safety car. Shout out to Bashi for ruining my race.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I enjoyed that so much. I don't know. I think it was Bashi that was in P3, and I was pushing him on the restart. I know I was not able to overtake him, but I just hoped he would just crack under pressure, and he just slammed it to the back of you.
Yeah, bit of Baku 2018 from there. Did you get rear wing damage from that, or?
No, I did not. Yeah, I was a 10th off the fastest lap as well. I just went for it on the end. If I didn't
I overtook him on the last lap, but I lost out on the win due to the penalty.
Yeah, Lars got the win on track, but was falling short once again by a second. As we are joined now by our race winner, Panos. Talk to me through that win. Hello? Talk to me through that win, mate. Yeah, would you start like P6 or something? Yes, P6. Guess the move done on lap 1. Yep.
Oh man, I started P12. That was the most horrific qualifying position I ever run.
I mean, what happened to you?
Dry setup
I saw
or
you
wet?
give a toe on the last run, but
Yeah, I went for a wet setup, and then I didn't improve my second run, and then
yeah, I
I
completely
started
messed.
P12.
Yeah, were you using no line, Lars? Yeah. Panos, you ready for F1 as well? Yep. I have nothing else to say really, so thank you for joining for the Ero Ps F2 round 10 here at Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. Tomorrow we have Ero PC and PSF1. Thank you, and